On today's show, we're going to be doing some Tai Chi for your fingers with the JOYO Tai Chi overdrive. Hey, welcome back to the channel, folks. I'm Tony. Today we're going to be doing another pedal review, and we're going to be looking at this little pedal from JOYO. This is the JOYO Tai Chi, which is a pretty inexpensive pedal that they claim sounds like a Dumble or somewhere in that ballpark. Now, if that's true, that's probably the deal of the century, because this pedal retails for under 100 bucks, actually under 60 bucks. So you can't really complain if it gets you into that Dumble territory. JOYO's been putting out some really nice gear lately, and I'm stoked to try this pedal just to see exactly how much it could offer. I'm going to be playing this pedal in a moment. We're going to be going through this really nice Gibson Les Paul loaded with Monty's PAF pickups here. I'm going to be playing it through my hand-wired Princeton reverb amp that I put together myself. That's loaded with a 10-inch Alessandro speaker, and it's got a really nice tight bottom end and also some really nice sparkling highs with that speaker in it. So I think you'll hear that come through the sound samples. Now, before we jump in, I want to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel. If you like these kind of pedal reviews, there's a lot more coming. I got a lot more in store, so don't miss out. Subscribe right now before you forget. So let's jump in, let's kick it, let's see what this pedal can do. I really like using my Princeton reverb for these pedal reviews because it's a small combo amp with only a 10-inch speaker. So I feel like if I can push it with some pedals and it makes me forget that it's just a small combo amp, then I'm a happy camper and I think the pedal does what it's meant to do. So let me give you some of my thoughts on this pedal. Considering it's selling for under 60 bucks, I think I'm quite impressed with it. It definitely sounds bigger and better than a $60 pedal. And I think that Joyo is really upping the game. I really like what they did with the enclosure. They changed the enclosure. They're not the same as they used to be. I like the new versions of these boxes. I think they look really nice. And I like the fact that they did put the LED lights on these pedals so that you can actually have a choice of whether or not you want to have just the light on the front of the pedal light up or have the what they call the ambient LED lights on as well, which I think is a cool thing if you want to light up your pedal board a little bit. And I also like the fact that they gave you a choice. So if you don't like the ambient lighting thing, you can just turn it off with a little switch on the back of the pedal. So it gives you the option. I think the pedal overall looks really cool. I like the fact that they have the chrome knobs. That looks really nice. I like the color choice on the box, but I don't really dig the fact that they went with light lettering on the front of the pedal because it's really difficult to see. And I think you probably realized that when you were looking at me playing and dialing in the tones there just a second ago. So they should have definitely gone with darker lettering. It's just a small thing, but it does definitely change the user experience. So just to recap, we did have a volume control here. We have the gain control. They have the tone and the voicing control knob. With those 4 different EQ knobs, you can get a variety of tones out of this pedal. I do feel that the gain is not necessarily overdone. I feel like when you hit the top, you could almost want a little bit more, but considering it's a lower gain pedal, I understand why they did that. And you also probably noticed when I turned the gain all the way down, it basically almost turned off the pedal. So the gain is quite low at the lower end of the spectrum there. Now I do really like the way the tone and the voice knob work, and I think that's where the magic happens with this pedal because you can really dial in a wide variety of tones. Now when I first turned on the pedal, some of the settings were a little too hot there. So the pedal can be muddy if you're not careful, but I feel like it can also be dialed in quite nicely if you control your settings. And I think the sweet spot happens on this pedal when you keep the knobs just a little over their midpoint. Then of course you dial in the gain according to what you're looking for in terms of flavoring or on the top of it. But if you keep the voicing knobs just a little bit over the midpoint, at least with a guitar with humbuckers, it seems to be the sweet spot. I was digging it while I was using it with those particular settings dialed in. Now at certain points during those sound samples, I almost forgot I was playing a little combo amp. So I think the pedal did an awesome job going into the Princeton with my Gibson Les Paul. It definitely gave me the sounds I was looking for in terms of classic rock. I'm pretty happy with what I was hearing. And I recommend the pedal to anybody who's willing to spend the $60 to see whether or not you can get the what they call Dumble tones out of it with your amp and guitar configuration. I'm a pretty happy camper overall with the Tai Chi. Now, if only I can keep my Gibson Les Paul in tune after bending those notes, then I would really be in tonal nirvana, but I guess we can't ask for everything. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little sound sample. And if you did, please consider sharing the good karma and subscribing to the channel so that you can support what we're doing here and encourage me to do more video samples and more pedal reviews for you. That's it for now. Till we meet again, keep on rocking.